I've accidentally opened up Steam when I wasn't trying to. So, that was a good start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Let me do that. That probably makes things a little bit better. How are we doing, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Weird, I don't think we've actually streamed on a Tuesday in a while. But, yeah, here we are. Oh, God. Sorry, my other half is stuck on a train somewhere. Oh. Good old trains. Good old trains. Right. Should we fix this? I hope you're all happy. I hope you're all having a good time. Hello, Chad. Hello, Cameron. Hello, Fuser Killer. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a good week so far. Is Chad streaming? I've just realised. I think yes, he is. Bless him. Right. I'm just going to stick him on in the background. And I need to join a call with him. Let me just join the call. Did I close... Oh, I closed Discord as well. How stupid am I? Chad, if you're listening, I am trying to get into Discord now. I stupidly closed it. How clever am I? How clever am I? Right. Are we... Let me log in. Let me log in, please. Let me log in. Right. Incoming call. Oh.
Hello.
Oh. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Is that the ChadJi30?
Is that the Big Mac?
Oh, it's the biggest Mac.
The Big Mac.
It's the Big
I'll
Mac
have a
with
large
fries.
fries of mine, please. And also a Happy Meal, because I gotta get more of these Pokemon cards.
Oh, is that actually at the moment?
Yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8 different cards at the moment. I need to get on the last 7.
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
I'm excited. Gotta catch them all, you know.
Well, that's the main objective of Pokemon, is it not? We have to catch them all. Like,
It is.
If they say, like, haven't you got enough? Surely we are allowed to then turn around and be like, you just don't get it, man. You don't get it.
Haven't you got enough? Do I have them all? Well, there you go.
Am I judging you? Don't think I'm judging you, sir.
I am very intrigued to see how this is gonna go.
So my idea is I'm gonna let you have a bit of an easy journey. I'm not gonna throw a lot at you tonight because I feel as though if I throw too much at you, you are going to hate it and you are going to immediately walk away and be like, this was a bad idea. I think anyone should be doing that in terms of any subject.
Yeah, true.
I do have a PowerPoint presentation. So,
okay.
I don't know, can we share screen on Discord?
Possibly. Let me...
I'll share my screen.
see.
That helps, wouldn't it? Okay, so... Right.
I don't think... There we go. Ooh, hang on a minute.
Hopefully this works. I don't know how this is going to work for...
I have a grey screen at the moment. Oh,
we in
there
business.
we go.
We in business. Right, okay, let me just switch screen to the...
We're in.
You might get greyed out again. My man made a PowerPoint presentation. We back in school. Damn right. I am your professor.
Yes, we are.
I am your professor.
It's the only way to go.
So,
Professor Mac.
Professor Mac is back. Like,
Yes.
that was terrible.
So we're gonna go through today, and then I'm gonna probably throw in a few what's the word? Suggestions about what I want in the future.
Yes, that is exactly what I was going to say to you. I was just going to say, like,
on EV training. That's one that.
Okay, yeah. So basically, this presentation. By the way, can you see it? And can chat
just
see
grey.
it? You just see grey, really?
I just see grey. And that is not just because I'm colourblind. That is because all I see is grey.
Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? How about
Did
now?
it flash up briefly? No.
Good old technology, isn't it?
Right when it works.
Let me...
I'm just going to eat a Pop-Tart while you figure this out.
Pop-Tart? Oh my god, I've not had a Pop-Tart in years. Right.
I see.
How about now?
Mm-hmm.
We in business?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. So, I don't know how you want to do it on your stream. Like, I don't know if you could just share your screen on that one. You could see it, Fuser Killer? Excellent. That's what I like to hear.
Let me,
I don't know if it's worth trying to get it on yours.
I can give it a go, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me,
I usually do it as a window capture.
the window capture.
So
right,
you
okay,
can
let me just...
put a window capture command into Streamlabs and direct it to whatever the Discord chat is.
Window capture.
Poke replays, Pop-Tarts are goated. Actually, that's a good question. What Pop-Tart are you eating?
I know, but I can't word it. Chocolate one.
The chocolate one. I honestly have not had a Pop-Tart in years.
How do you trim?
Trim?
Screen.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I can't remember what button it was. It's not shift.
Oh yeah, my stream is tanking. Right.
Right. I'm thinking, I just stop streaming, and I just work from your stream.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Let me end that.
Yeah. All right. No worries.
That's gone. Right. Where's your... Get your stream up now.
Right. I've turned my cam off in an attempt to try and fix my my lag.
Hey.
So.
Right. Okay. So I've got your chat up, and I've got your presentation up on Discord.
Fantastic. I've got my chat up on my mobile just in case anyone has any questions, because of course I have to go full screen for this. So yeah, Chad, welcome to the very first Pokemon VGC 101 lecture. And anyone else who's watching this in the future.
Be VGC 102.
Well, let's hope so. This lecture is literally for me to introduce you to actual VGC in general. So this will pretty much contain the history of VGC. Like I'll show you like some interesting facts about who's actually won, which Pokemon have actually won a world title. There are some Pokemon that's won the world title more than once, which I think you might find fascinating. And I'll give you a brief overview on some of the core aspects of VGC. So we're going to go through the types, we'll go through natures. I'll briefly go over EVs and IVs, as well as speed control and weather tonight.
My man about to go on the next slide and be like, this is a Pikachu. This is a Bulbasaur.
No, it won't be anything like that. I think you might find it fascinating, actually. I certainly did when I was putting this all together. Like I actually learned a few things that I didn't know before. So you know, and obviously, chat. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, oh, Cameron Rodrine Trump mode. I just have to I have to briefly just say I'm better than Pokemon. All right, I'm better than Pokemon. Pikachu, he's got nothing on me. He wasn't in charge of the
and
states.
Stuff I'm looking forward to as well.
Yes,
really know
so I've tried to make all of this as simple as possible. As a person who was born up with speech and language, I had to make everything as simple as possible. So hopefully this works. But obviously, yeah, anyone who has any questions going forward, please, type away in the chat. We'll stop and we'll have a conversation quick and things like that. We are in no rush to get through this. I just want to try and make it as easy as possible for people to understand. This is by no means like the perfect guide or the perfect description. I'm just someone who likes competitive battling. I don't do this professionally. There are plenty of players out there who do and are probably better than me at explaining this. But we're going to give this a go. This is just me trying to give you a little tasty overview as to what VGC is.
And at the end of this 17-week course, there's going to be an exam.
Yes, there is. And you'll get a gold shiny Staryu sticker. And now that
I want a shiny Staryu. Not a sticker, a shiny Staryu.
I mean, I feel as though you still need to get that, because didn't Tina beat you?
Do.
Like,
yeah, she did.
Yeah. It's alright, we'll find it. We'll find it.
6 months ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, time flies.
Yeah.
Right, so the actual overall history of Pokemon is quite interesting. So, for example, it wasn't actually... The term VGC was not actually used right at the beginning. They were just called Pokemon Premier Events. And it was only ever used to help promote games. So, for example, the first one was used to promote Colosseum. The Gen 3 game. Which is a great game, by the way. If no one's ever played it, go and play it. It is good.
I haven't played it, but I've heard good things.
Oh, it is good. It is good. Different, because, I mean, you start right at the beginning with a level 30 Espeon and Umbreon, so, saves you the hassle. And, of course, the first one was called the Pokemon Video Game Showdown, which is, well, yeah, they called it the VGS, which was interesting. There is only one person who has won 3 world titles, and that is an American player called Ray Rizzo. Immensely talented fella. I believe, I can't remember which years he won it, but he won the very first one, and I think he missed out on a year, but then he went back to back. So he is ridiculous. I think he still does VGC these days, and he does stream a bit. He's an encyclopedia of knowledge with Pokemon. He seems to know mechanics in and out. It's incredible. There are 3 divisions.
At the end of this course, that I'll be able to take that title from him.
Can you imagine? Just go straight up to him and be like, "My brain. There's more to my brain than yours."
Let's do this right here, right now. And
just
he'd be like, yeah, okay.
Just you stroll up in a Professor Xavier chair, just with a Pokemon sticker on the front.
Oh yes, on the wheels.
Yes. Oh my God, yes. But yeah, there are 3 divisions. The junior division consists of anyone up to the age of 13, I think.
Jesus.
I can't remember exactly. There was before COVID hit, there was the Oceania Championships, which of course covers Australia and New Zealand and the Pacific Islands and things like that. There was I think she was 7, but she won the junior division and she was brilliant. And pretty much straight after winning, they interviewed her and asked her what's going through your head right now, and she literally just went, "I want a hug from my sister." She didn't care. She was like, "I just won a major tournament," but and then you got the seniors division, which is 14 to 16, I believe, and then masters is just anyone over the age of 16. I don't know who the oldest world champion is. I want to say it's someone between 25 and 30 though. But also another interesting fact is that Hulk Hogan actually commentated at one of the US Nationals.
That's insane. What?
Ages ago. I got the video, but I don't think it's going to work, which is such a shame.
Also, your stream is still showing the first slide.
Oh, you're joking.
I am not.
Oh, right. I know how to fix that. I do know how to fix that. Or do I? Oh no, it's not actually... Oh, that's annoying. That's very annoying. It's not giving me an option to... No. Oh, hang on. Oh, we're back in business now. I think we're back in business. Is the stream showing it now?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a delay, obviously. Still looking at your... No.
No?
Unless I've, like, got a longer delay than I thought, but... Like, I can see it myself through Discord. But on your channel,
Hi,
I can just see your Discord. Yeah.
That's really annoying. It's actually annoying.
Oh, back to the first page of the slideshow. Now back to your Discord.
That is so annoying. I don't know why it's not working. God damn it. I literally searched this up earlier and they told me just to do this. That's so annoying.
Can you play slideshow? Is there a button to do that?
What, in PowerPoint?
Yeah.
There's
Is that
resume
what you were doing
slideshow?
anyway? Sorry?
Are you doing window or screen capture? I'm doing window capture. Almost good. Also, hello.
Hello, almost good.
Yeah, I don't think that's worked at all, has it?
That's just showing your Discord now. I mean, if you go back onto your... What's it called? The slideshow.
Yes. Oh.
Just give me a minute for the stream to catch up. I think you can just click each slide.
Yeah, I think we're just going to have to do that.
That way.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at your Discord at the moment, though.
No, I appreciate that almost. I appreciate that. I hope you're well.
Show.
Yeah, should we just do it like this then?
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see if it changes over to the next slide, because obviously, bit of a delay. Window capture may take less bandwidth. Hello, just lurking. Sound like, yeah, thank you, almost good. We appreciate it. No, I'm still just looking at. Oh, yeah, I'm still just looking at your main screen. Your mouse is moving though, so I'm not sure if that's a delay or. Oh, there we go. Yep. Okay. Yep. Do this. Do this. Do this.
Yeah. No worries.
This is good.
So yeah, Hulk Hogan commentated. Let's see if this actually works. Hopefully this does.
No, you're not sharing with me anymore.
Oh, you kidding? Seriously?
Seriously?
Oh my god. This thing does my head in. Right.
Just be one or the other though.
Yeah. Okay, we're showing it again. So you should be good. You good?
I see your logo.
So not a presentation?
No.
Okay, I've got a presentation on my side, so I don't know how you're not seeing it now. Oh my god. This is going so well in my head.
Cameron, PowerPoint is the biggest of brains.
Right? PowerPoint is literally like the teasers of the tease.
It says you're sharing your screen, but then I go on it and all I see is just... Oh, hang on. There we go. Yeah, okay, we're good.
Okay, right, thank god.
We're good.
Right. Yeah, so as I was saying, Hulk Hogan actually like commentated on a US national event.
That is cool.
So the joke, the actual conversation behind this was the fact that Hulk's son at the time was into Pokemon, and I can't remember. I think it was a rep of Pokemon like contacted him saying, "Hey, do you want to come down here for a Pokemon event?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And they got him to commentate. And I'm gonna hopefully see if this video works. It would be good if it does.
Back from YouTube is gonna hit for a fable.
On his heels, he's trying to freeze him out.
And Snorlax is.
Wait a minute, he used a body slam, brother.
But it missed.
That's awesome. Another ice beam. And it's super effective. That was an awesome attack. He goes for the body slam again. Where's the referee?
So yeah, you get the picture.
I couldn't hear anything.
Can you hear nothing? Oh, okay. I'll tell you. Basically, this is going so well. Hulk Hogan.
All good.
Hulk Hogan kept saying the phrase. He basically realized that Pokemon can learn the move Body Slam. So he kept saying, "Oh my goodness, he went for the Body Slam, brother." He kept saying his brother, all of this. And he was like
Hulk Hogan.
Mewtwo used Ice Beam against Snorlax, or Clefable, I think it was actually. Sorry, and Hulk Hogan was like, "Oh, he's trying to freeze it out. He's trying to freeze Clefable out." Like, obviously, he has no idea what he's talking. He's just going with it. He's having a laugh, and he's like,
I love it.
I think Groudon knocked out Rayquaza with a Body Slam, and he just went, "See, that's why Body Slam's the best move in the game. Instantly knock out others." Like, really funny. Like, really funny.
I love that. We need to get more wrestlers doing Pokemon commentary.
Yeah, where's I know isn't it Xavier Woods? Isn't he a massive fan of video games?
Yes.
Like, yeah, get him and a few others to have like a Pokemon day. That'd be quite funny. I know a few of them. I know a few of them was loving.
Me too, almost good. Me too.
I'm not really a fan of Hulk Hogan myself because he is a bit of a racist. But it is well, a bit is a lot. But yeah, I mean, just hearing that is kind of it's so funny. Just someone who's so out of depth. He has no idea what he's doing. Hasn't got a clue, and he's just like, brother. What you gonna do when me and Mewtwo run wild on you?
Oh, God.
Like, can you imagine him as a trainer? Like,
oh my God,
be crazy.
Brother Hogan wants to fight.
Brother Hogan wants to fight. Be hilarious. So I'm now going to tell you about which Pokemon have actually won the World Championship. There are 3 Pokemon who have won it 3 times. It's a very exclusive club. And then you've got... Yeah. Try and have a guess without looking at the screen.
Charizard?
No. Charizard has never won. Oh, actually, sorry. I should also point out, this does not include the Players' Cup teams from 2020 onwards. This is all Worlds data that was from the very first one to 2019. So I do apologise if anyone's thinking that the Players' Cup teams will be featured. I will get the data for Players' Cup somewhere down the line, and we can analyse that.
So Incineroar, I'm going to say no then.
Incineroar is one that has won a World Championship. Yeah. It has not won it 3 times, though.
So, almost good is saying Salamence.
Salamence is one. Salamence is one.
Thunderous?
No.
That was almost good as well.
I think Thunderous has won. Yeah, Thunderous has won a world title, but it has not won it 3 times. There's 3 others. So you got Salamence, and there's 3 others who have won the World Championship 3 times. It's a very exclusive club.
I'm trying to think what's on like Salamance's level. The blue and white mouse, Cameron.
Oh, I know what Cameron's thinking. That's only won it once.
Pachirisu.
Yeah, Pachirisu's only won it once, which is probably the most famous case, and I'll go into that in detail in a minute.
I would say your Quagognal isn't going to be there, no?
Oh, I wish. I
feel like Pikachu's going to be one of the options just because it's Pikachu.
No.
Right. Lapras.
No. Lapras is not. Groudon has won it, but he has not won it 3 times. I'll give you 2 more guesses.
Yeah. So what have we got? We've got Salamence. Right, we're looking before 2019 from the start. I reckon one's a Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yes.
Okay. Now is it down? Right. Gen 1 Pokemon.
I actually don't think...
Gyarados.
Gyarados has won it, but it's not won it 3 times. I actually don't think you're going to get it, and I think you're going to kick yourself. Actually, you might not kick yourself. You might find this very surprising.
I'm going to go like for a really random one and say Jinx.
No. No,
Okay,
although
go on.
that would be amazing. So the 4 Pokemon that's won it 3 times in a row is Snorlax. No, not in a row. Sorry, 3-time winners.
I was gonna say.
Snorlax. Snorlax is a 3-time winner. Metagross, Salamence,
Wow.
and Cresselia.
Wow.
So I would say out of all of them, I think Salamence is probably the most recent one. Salamence was really popular with its Mega Evolution because, of course, it had the ability to change all of its normal moves will become flying moves and get a boost. So it's similar to Sylveon. Sylveon, of course, had Pixelate, which turned its normal moves into fairy moves and gave it a bit of a boost. I can't remember I think we have an electric one, a version of that, and there's the ice version, which Aurorus has.
Okay.
But so those are the 3-time winners. 2-time winners, I don't know if people might be surprised by this, but Ludicolo is actually a 2-time winner.
So what is a world? What's a world champions? Is that the one they do once a year, or?
Oh yes, yeah. So the World Championship happens once a year.
Is it in London this year?
It is in London this year. I did try and get a ticket, but I was stuck in a dead zone, so I couldn't get signal. And then when I got signal, all the tickets were out. So I was like, I didn't cry, but I was very much just sort of like, well, that's the day ruined. So it happens once a year. It's the very first time Worlds is happening outside of America.
Wow.
Yeah, so they gave it to us, 2020, ironically, and they've just delayed it a couple of years because of COVID. Which is a shame because basically most of Sword and Shield has pretty much been under COVID. So in terms of VGC, we've only really had the Players' Cup. The data has been very, very small. We're only starting really with the latest season, and it's kind of the end of the season, so it's very much just sort of like
end of the game almost.
We've missed out so much potential like for this generation.
These Pokemon on screen now.
Yes.
Are these the only Pokemon that are
No. So these are ones that I selected that I thought you would find curious.
That Pachirisu's mad.
Ironically, Pachirisu, I would say probably is the biggest surprise on this list. It was the year, I think it was the first X and Y VGC year. Basically, it was a Korean player by the name of Sejun Park. And he had Salamence on his team. He had Talonflame on his team. He had a really interesting team. He was using Mega Gyarados as well. So his team was very interesting. But basically, he used Pachirisu as sort of like the most annoying little thing you could ever think of. So he would literally it would literally follow me. It would try and paralysis you. Pachirisu was 2014. Thank you, Almost Good. I was trying to remember what year it was.
I have never played VGC. Almost Good. So I have never competed at regional or higher level. Alex, have you?
I was going to the Liverpool regional earlier this year, but unfortunately, I had a family bereavement, if you will. So unfortunately, I had to scrap that and help with funeral and things like that. But
anybody that's going this weekend?
So I know a few people who are going to Worlds, not for the main tournament because Pokemon, what they've done is they've basically collected all the points from the previous 2 years and have basically it's like a backlog. But what they've done is that they've included what they're calling the London Open, which is basically like a regional. So I know quite a few people are going to that this weekend. Obviously, good luck to all those going.
Can you tell me a bit about the regionals?
So regionals is basically how you say it. It's a regional to allow people to come together, earn points, and if you earn a certain amount of points, you get an invitation to Worlds. Regionals are like the smaller ones, and then you have nationals, which is like the US nationals. I think the UK has a national, or did have a national rather. But then you've got like the European Championship, the North American Championship, the South American Championship. Japan has its annual like Japan Cup.
That's cool.
My best showing was 13th at New Jersey. Oh no, almost. That's amazing. Congratulations on the
Not
13th
at all,
place.
almost.
Like
This whole stream is about like
helping
teaching
Chad
me
understand.
about VGC and chatting VGC. So honestly, you can't talk too much.
We're
It's nice to have
helping
you
Chad.
involved.
We are helping Chad.
'Cause I honestly don't have a clue about anything. So this is all nice.
Yeah, so Pachirisu was basically the underdog going through the tournament, and everyone was basically calling it a joke. They were like, "Why the hell is
again? Sorry.
Oh, everyone was like calling Pachirisu a bit of a joke.
Right.
They weren't taking it seriously. They thought, "What? Why is this here? Like what?"
Yeah.
And then Pachirisu went to win. Tanked. Draco Meteor, the strongest dragon move. It tanked it. Like it took it as if it was nothing, and it became famous and an internet meme. And Sage and Park even had like a Pachirisu plush that he put on the stage with him, so he's just waving this plush after he won. It absolutely just, it was crazy. Everyone couldn't believe it.
Love that.
But it kind of proved the point that you can use any Pokemon you like. Like every Pokemon has an advantage or disadvantage.
Like
Sudowoodo, but not Sunflora. I refuse to like anyone. I hate
Mate,
Sunflora.
I'm getting my goal now in life is to get Sudowoodo in that one-time winners club.
Oh, Chad.
From you, I'm gonna win a world championship.
Can you imagine just like me sitting in the corner and they cut to me like, oh, and that's Chad's
This is his
coach.
mentor.
Like there's Chad's coach and there's just me being like, please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. I told him not to use Sudowoodo.
But support moves and follow me and Super Fang made it great support, man. My dumb ass can barely make it to bloody Great Ball tier.
I know. Great. I'll explain Great Ball tier in another video.
Yeah.
Another time. But basically, Great Ball tier is a nightmare, and it's not a fun place. Not a fun place. But yeah, so like other winners include so Ludicolo is a 2-time winner. Hydreigon is a 2-time winner, which I know when I was telling a friend of mine, he didn't quite believe it. He was kind of like, really, Hydreigon 2-time? Considering Fairy is like all over the place.
Yeah.
Which I thought was quite funny. Heatran is a 2-time winner, and Bronzon. There is a list I'll show you in a minute. One-time winners. So Crocodile won it. I think Crocodile actually was one of the latest winners. I can't remember. I think it was 2018 Crocodile won. Hariyama was one I didn't know. I had no idea Hariyama is actually a world champion, which I thought was pretty cool. And Mamoswine was back in Black and White, I believe, was where Mamoswine won. But that was because the genies were so much around. So like having Mamoswine was kind of like a no-brainer, really. No, it is a fascinating list, and actually very kindly, Wolf Glick, who is probably the most famous VGC player at the moment. He's like won everything. He's won Players Cup, he's won a national, he's won regionals, he's won worlds. He is very, very famous for being a VGC player. He actually made a video showing all the Pokemon that have actually won a world championship. So this is actually the complete list before 2019. Before COVID.
Hydreigon won before Fairy existed. Almost Good says.
That's right. Yeah. That's why I explained to my friend. I was like, yeah, because Fairy wasn't around then, and he was like, oh,
so
right.
He said,
okay.
So your best bet to win champions is when a new game comes out, because every first format when a Pokemon game comes out is based around that game's regional decks, so it's definitely possible.
Oh yeah.
Okay then.
I agree with that 100%. So as you can see, this is the complete list of Pokemon that have won a world championship. There is no Charizard. There is a Raichu though, which is awesome. Empoleon, I believe.
And Mega Kangaskhan.
Oh, Mega Kangaskhan is, Mega Kangaskhan back in X and Y was quite broken, or Gen 6 in general.
Kyogre and Groudon don't surprise me. Kyogre reminds me of Cameron very much.
So there was a year where basically everyone had the same team. It was like eight Japanese players made it to the world quarterfinals. All of them had like the same 4 Pokemon and just changed the next 2 to suit their needs. everyone hated that year because they were like, "Where's the variety of teams? Where's the idea?"
Yeah.
And it was like, "Well, if it works, it works." Like,
That's it. I feel like whenever obviously watching you the other day, there was a massive variety, but I always used to have in my head that everyone had an Incineroar.
oh yeah,
Everyone had a Kyogre.
there is a meta.
Everyone had Dusclops.
Like, almost. I hated Mega Kangaskhan. Gave me PTSD. Like,
Is Dusclops there?
no.
That one surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with Dusclops, I mean, from a personal point of view, I think Dusclops only really became popular in Gen 8.
Right.
And I think if we did have events in 2020 and 2021, yeah, maybe Dusclops would have been a world champion.
Wow.
Like, maybe. I not off the top of my head, but it is interesting.
All right, pass.
It is chicken. It is interesting to me though that the only starter, well, actually 2 starters. Of course, you got Incineroar, but Empoleon, like, is a world champion.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't know Empoleon was world champion. I didn't know Toxicroak was a world champion.
Hang on. Smeargle.
Oh yeah, so Smeargle. Smeargle's world champion because people were using the sketch ability to put Dark Void on their Smeargles, which of course is Darkrai signature move, and yeah, back then it was 100% accurate, so you were guaranteed to put your the opposing Pokemon to sleep. That of course changed, and people were like, "Oh well, we can't use Smeargle anymore."
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't even know how it's possible to do that unless you're hacking or something like that. I never understood how that was possible personally. I never used Smeargle, but I came across a fair few, and it was very much just sort of like, okay, all right, we're doing this again.
There's more PTSD Smeargle too.
Also, 2-time champion Conkeldurr. Both times were in Gen 5. So,
wow.
Yeah, Gen 5 with Gothitelle. Actually, I think Gothitelle was Gen 6. She won it in. But yeah, Hydreigon there as well. As you can see, I personally think it's quite interesting that Thundurus has won it more times than Landorus and Tornadus. I always assumed Landorus was going to win it more because of its typing. But, you know, I like being surprised. I like being, yeah. Yeah, so I think that list is quite interesting, you know.
That is, yeah.
So, you know, moving on from that. So we got the, we learnt about the actual Pokemon that have actually become champions. I'm now going to tell you how it all plays out. So, both teams bring 6 Pokemon each. However, you're only allowed to select 4. So out of those 6 Pokemon you have, you're only allowed to select 4 for your battle. It is a doubles format battle, not singles. Singles, we would be here till Christmas.
Singles what, sorry?
Single battles. It wouldn't be single battles. It's always a double battle format.
Okay.
Just because it takes too bloody long. And it's in a best-of-3 format. So, you know, first to 2 wins.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. In tournaments, basically what they usually do is, well, I haven't seen a tournament where they don't do this, but it's always what they call a Swiss format. So you would basically turn up and you'll be randomly assigned a table and a number, and you will be paired against someone on that table with another number, and your aim of the first day, because it usually happens over 2 days, so the aim of the first day is literally just to get as good a record as you can possibly can. They usually tell you how many matches you will have during that day, and you know, people will have to do the maths themselves as to like what's the best record to get through. But yeah, your objective is basically just to win all your matches during the day. But what happens is, say for example you're on table 1 and I'm on table 2. If me and you then both won, so we are now 1-0. I will then join your table, or we will join the same table with the people who have the same record as us. And we would battle each other. and it would just keep doing that and doing that. So basically the people who are doing well will also face people who are doing well, and people who are not doing so well
that makes
face.
sense.
Yeah, so it's you're still facing your skill cap in a way. It's like when we do the Corviknight stuff, like it does it automatically, which is quite nice. So basically the players put in their scores. The Battlefly website takes those scores, sees who's could be paired up with which. They've got like a database in the background that runs, or something that allows you to allows it to basically come up with the best case scenario, and then it just applies to it. And I tell it, yeah, no, this is fine. I'll go ahead and do the next round. Okay. So those are the basics. Also, those are the trophies from a previous championship. I know they've changed this year.
It looks so good.
Well, people were kind of mocking it this year because it looked exactly like that, but with a trophy on top. So it's like a trophy on a trophy on a trophy. just a little weird. But of course, with Pokemon games, there is of course types, strengths and weaknesses.
God.
The dreaded type chart, which I know might probably be one of your fears. I know you got very confused when I told you Gyarados is weak to rock and electric.
Oh my god, stop. The PTSD from Gyarados.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so almost good pretty much sums it up. You don't stop playing until you drop. They do allow breaks in between like a couple of rounds, so you can go and get a drink.
Okay.
You could go and get some air. There's regular breaks. They don't make you just do all the battles all at once. They do also do like an hour lunch break as well.
Okay, question. Right, I'm looking at this strengths and weaknesses or whatever, right?
Yes.
So no, resists isn't there, is it?
No. So this is
right.
So basically, all the ones on the side here are
on the left or the right.
Sorry, on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
So, for example, here we'll use Fairy as the example. So, Poison and Steel types are strong against Fairy, and then Fairy is strong against Fighting, Dragon, and Dark.
Right.
So it's basically explaining what Fairy is weak to on the left, and on the right it's what Fairy is good against.
But water is good against rock.
Yes.
So why is Gyarados weak to...
Because Gyarados is part flying.
Ugh. But it's part water.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you... It doesn't make... It might not make sense, but that is honestly how it is. And
I think of another example.
So also as well, you got to remember, because Gyarados is water flying, and flying and water are both weak to electric. Electric moves will do 4 times damage. Yeah. So another example I can give you is Gastrodon.
That's the dark type, Cameron.
What's this?
Fighting is good against Mega Gyarados.
Yes.
So Gastrodon, grass is super effective against it because it's a 4 times.
Yes.
Electric isn't effective at all, despite it being a water type, because it's also ground.
Exactly.
Oh, I need to learn all the resistances.
Cerebi is a really good place to do that. I could send you the link, or you can.
Okay.
Yeah, so Cerebi is really good.
Explain immunities real quick, Almost Good says.
So immunities is when a type has no effect on another type. So the most common example of this...
Electric ground.
Electric can't touch ground. Normal and Ghost can't touch each other.
Okay.
And Poison can't affect Steel types unless you're Salazzle. Because Salazzle...
Hang on. I'm trying to think what a Salazzle is.
Salazzle is the Gen Fire... Gen
slug.
7, sorry. Fire Poison
Caterpillar
type.
thing. Wait. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of Sizzlepede. Yeah.
Yeah, so because it's got an ability which allows it to use poison moves against steel types.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Cameron's right as well. So you can't fighting types can't hit ghosts as well.
So, almost good there. Immunities ignore type matchup altogether.
Pretty much.
It's helpful.
Yeah. So for example, if you were trying to hyper beam into a Gengar, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
But if that Gengar then tries to Shadow Ball you, and you're a normal type, then yeah, that's not going to do anything either. You're locked in this. Sorry, almost good is right. Sorry, Salazzle can only use poison, toxic, and poison gas against them. Like it can't actually hit it with poison moves. I forgot about that. See, this is why chat's good. I know my ghost resistance is because I love Gengar. I think Cameron loves Gengar. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I mean, I know this isn't probably the best type matchup chart, but it was the first thing I found.
That's fine.
So it kind of explains most of it here. I will go into detail with you when we team build in future as to like your strengths, your weaknesses, coverages, and things like that. So
I'd save abilities because that's a whole other bag of worms.
Yeah, I did think about putting abilities in this, and then I realized, wait, no, abilities is its own sort of like.
I think abilities is like a 2-hour stream itself.
Yeah. There is so many abilities that do so many different things. Yeah, I don't want to do that to you. We'll save that for next.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we could do abilities next week maybe.
Perfect.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh wait, did that not play? I don't think that played. Do I not have the source? Or maybe I don't. Oh, sorry, Cameron. I might not have the source.
Fuming.
I'll
Where's
replay
the
it.
ketchup?
I'll replay it. Where's the ketchup?
Where's the sauce?
Give me my sauce. So yeah, that's your type matchups. Well, I'm not expecting you to know your type matchups right away. I mean, I'm telling you this now. When someone tried to explain this to me in college, when I was thinking about getting into VGC years ago, they pretty much just threw it at me and just expected me to know this right away. And I was like, look, stop. No.
Calm down.
There is a lot, and I'm not expecting you to know this right away. It does take time. It wasn't an overnight process. I did not understand all of the types, weaknesses, and things until I had years of understanding. But yeah, we're going to get there.
Cameron says, and some abilities do the same thing, but are called different things.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, an ability... so Metagross has an ability called Clear Body, which basically means no stat of it can be lowered. And Solgaleo has something called Full Metal Body, which is basically the same thing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I expected. Get on it, good sir. Sir?
Just have that on your phone for a few games. Yeah, that's a good shout, actually. That's a really good shout.
That's a good... Yeah. I mean, I could... there's an app I use. There's an app I look at, which I really like, called... it's just called Goldex.
Okay.
And I think it's really useful because it does actually identify to me, like, strengths and weaknesses. It's basically like having Cerebi in your pocket.
Cool.
Like, I do quite like it. I know there's plenty of apps out there. It's that you can pick and choose what you want.
Yeah.
Pokemon Natures. I think.
Oh god.
Pokemon Natures is another thing we could talk more about later down the line. But I guess with Natures, it's more to do with you understanding what can be boosted, what is going to be taken away.
But each Pokemon benefits from a different type of nature, right?
Yes. So basically with Natures, and it's the same with EVs and IVs, like, certain Pokemon do really well against certain things. So I like to think of it more as if it's like team roles. So when you look onto like a football pitch, for example, you have your defenders, you have your midfielders who sort of control the game, and you got your strikers and your wingers who are basically attack. yeah, so that's how I kind of look at Pokemon in a way. Is just like, okay, whose job is what?
Yeah. Okay.
If I could
So-
assign a captain, I would. Like,
So like,
who's in charge of corners?
This is
Oh,
like
that'll be a
a
Corviknight in the
defense.
corner.
'cause it's a tank.
Sorry, what was that?
Blissey will be like defense because it's a tank.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Although we don't. Oh no, it's Chansey. We don't talk about Chansey.
Hi Shark.
Oh,
Isn't Pokemon Showdown good for team building?
yes. Pokemon Showdown is. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hello, Shark. How are you doing? Yeah. So Pokemon Showdown, I would say is probably one of the best. There are other sites that do offer various things. Pokemon School. Oh yes, I'm teaching Chad. Chad is learning today.
Hello. The only one I forget is Rock being strong against. So Rock is strong against flying. Ice?
So-
Question mark.
Yeah. So here you go. So when we look on the left, so Rock is weak
fire.
to water, grass, fighting, ground, and steel.
Yeah.
And then we go and see on the other side, we can see that Rock is strong against fire, ice, flying, and bug.
There you go, Cameron.
So there you go. There you go.
So in terms of roles, as you said, we've got support, offense, and mix.
Yes.
Is what,
Yeah.
Almost good.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so we'll go back to Nature's, because I do feel like Nature's is... I just wanted to show this so people can understand, like, you know, all the Natures that there are. What can they do? What can't they do? Things like that. Of course, in Sword and Shield, they did add those mints, so you can actually change Natures now.
Yes.
Massive time saver.
Yeah.
Like, in Gen 7, it was literally... hatch an egg until it's the one you think it's right. So yeah, I mean, EVs is a bit of a nightmare. This is
Eevee?
actually
Evolutions.
I wish it was Evolutions, but yeah. So EVs are. I want to say it's like bulking up your Pokemon. So it's like when you go to the shops and you're like, oh, what do I need more of? Like iron, or do I need calcium in me? Like, you know, what are you lacking in a way, or what do you want stronger? You know, it's the same with boxers and wrestlers in a way. Like, what do you want to what do you want to get better at? Like, do you want your better speed? Do you want better attacking power? Do you want to take hits better? EVs are effort values. So as you can see here on the right, this is a Corviknight. This is one of my shiny Corviknights that I got ages ago. I can't remember where. But as you can see here, there is no investment in this one whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you can see the actual nature here. So when it's bolded in red, it means that is going to get boosted. And when it's in blue, that means it's going to lose points there. So I could take a Thunderbolt better, but I won't get... If I get punched, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Whereas on the other side, I can't remember which build I was... this might have been like for a... this definitely looks more like a bulky build. But as you can see here, there's points in HP, attack, speed, and special defense. And yeah, you could see... I don't know, do I need to zoom in a bit better?
Yes, please, if you can.
No worries.
Perfect. So remind me again about like EVs, like calcium and stuff. Like, what does that do?
So
Boosts
it boosts
HP
individual
attack.
stats.
Okay.
So each Pokemon is allowed 510 EVs in total. So you could put 510 into any... 510 in total. However, you can only put 252 into one individual stat. So for example, if you're a really fast Pokemon and you can hit hard, so let's use Lucario as an example. Lucario is very quick and Lucario can hit pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would give it 252 EVs into its speed and attack. And that leaves me with 4 left, which I would put into like HP or something. It's basically to increase the potential of what a Pokemon could do. So Lucario can hit hard. By doing that, I'm letting it hit harder. and be stronger in that particular area. Of course, different Pokemon have different roles, so you know, you don't necessarily want to just invest everything into one stat like I've done here, because if I invested it all in HP, that bar will be right up there. So around here, I would say obviously the speed stat is probably the most invested, but I want to say maybe that's like 100 in most of its stats. So it is pretty much all rounded.
The math in the chat is throwing me off. I have not got a clue. What's Fuse saying?
Okay, before anything, 252. Oh, sorry, right. So Fuse Killer's explaining, because in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you could buy actual items to do this EV trading for you.
Okay.
So 252 is about 25 of each drug, if you will, medications.
Bottles, like
bottles, that's what I was thinking
bottles
of.
Iron.
Yeah. So 25 bottles of iron will do 252 EVs to that stat.
Okay.
So each bottle is 10 EV value. And yeah, you could just put in the bottles as much as you like. They're not cheap. I think that it's about 10,000 a pop. So basically, Sword and Shield has. It's a good thing they don't have microtransactions. I'm just saying that now.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
Can you imagine? Like 10 protein.
Go to the Dynamax cave and just spend all my points there instead.
Yeah. Just like, you know, you're not taking my money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess another clearer. Hopefully, this will be a clearer way. So this is taken from a Torkoal that I was using on Pokemon Showdown. So as you can see here, ignore the IVs for now. The IVs I'll talk about in a minute. So as you can see here, it says 508 here, just because 508 is a nicer number than 510 when dealing with this sort of thing. So as you can see, the stats here, its base stat here, and what its value is. I want to say this is level 100. No, this is level 50. So as you can see, Torkoal is really slow. You know, it's got some decent. It's got really good defense. Yeah, it is a bit of a tank. Like its attack stats are pretty decent as well. And then with actual EV investment,
Almost has got a point about microtransactions.
no need to imagine it's called Pokemon Unite and Go. I'm so glad I have not spent a single cent on Unite. I am ashamed to say I've spent money on Go.
Spent a lot of money on Go, guys.
God.
I don't want to talk about
I
it.
needed the eggs. I needed the eggs capsules. Like, what can I say? Like,
that's where they get you. That's where they get you.
Like, they give you a nice, tasty 10k egg, and you're like, oh, you know what? You got me. You got me. Sorry, just taking a drink.
All right.
So yeah,
How dare you?
I know, right? How dare I? So as you can see, if we compare the first image again, so ignore these numbers because these are just your base stats. This is not going to change. This will never change unless Game Freak does it. Game Freak has done it in the past. They nerfed Aegislash.
Okay.
So Aegislash used to have 150, and now it's like 140 or 130 in its stats. It's another conversation, I guess. But yeah, so basically these stats at the end, are the ones we're going to take a look at.
Okay.
And now, if you have a look, you can see HP has changed, and the special attack has changed.
Yeah.
We've increased that value by 45
Quite a
points, and a good amount.
Yeah.
Oh, Fuse the Killer's talking about Smite, which is a video game. Imagine if there was a Pokemon called Smite. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, we've literally allowed it to stay its tank status, but we've just given it some more firepower behind it, and we are going to allow it to like live and attack better. So yeah, in Torkoal's role is more Trick Room sort of base, but like it does have a few other things it could do. Again, when we get to team building, I could show you what these Pokemon can do. Oh yeah, so almost yeah, sorry, I should have actually mentioned that as well. So every generation Pokemon sort of like evaluates its roster and just evaluates Pokemon in general and tries to figure out which Pokemon needs a buff, which Pokemon needs to be like nerfed. So a good example of this is Talonflame. So in Gen 6 it had an ability called Gale Wings, which basically meant any flying move it used always goes first, or had higher priority.
Okay.
They nerfed that in Gen 7 because they were like, well, yeah, if it does that, it's a bit broken. So it's just if it has full HP, it will go first. However, to this day, I still don't understand why they removed Levitate from Gengar. Apparently, they thought Gengar needed to be nerfed in that regards, but it's like it's Gengar.
Don't talk to me about Levitate.
Why?
Magnezone.
Oh yeah. I mean,
why can Magnezone not learn Levitate?
Yeah.
Why can Gyarados not learn Fly?
Can you activate Trick Room after they use Trick Room? Does that make your team the slower team? So if you do Trick Room after a Trick Room, you basically just reset it to normal. I'll explain to Chad what that. It's the same as normal. You're basically just removing Trick Room by Trick Rooming afterwards. I've got that down here. I'll explain that in a bit. IVs is another thing I'm a little bit hesitant because I know I'm throwing a lot at you. IVs is individual values. So when a Pokemon is born, it has set IV values, which is basically just... It's similar to EVs in the sense of, like... if I go back to this image here. So these IVs, 31 IVs are perfect IVs in a Pokemon. It's like... I don't know. It's like... Basically, say, for example, you got two Torkoals. The one on the left is going to be better than the one on the right, and you're going to call it, like, the golden child, right? It's like, you know... the one on the right works at McDonald's. The one on the left is a teacher or a doctor.
Wow. Shooting at McDonald's here.
I mean,
wow.
I got rejected from McDonald's, so I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so the values... This was just a random image I found online. This is from the Magiana event in Gen 7. And basically, if it says no good, then obviously it's got no values in there. If it's best, that means it's got full value, and speed is pretty good, and very good is like mixed. IVs is it's basically like an add-on, and it is pretty much worthwhile doing because Pokemon has this. It's the same with speed control, which I'll go in a minute.
So you want good IVs, good natures.
So yeah, you want good IVs, good natures. You want your EVs in the right places.
So what's the difference between... So if you have good IVs... So that one that you're looking at now has good IVs.
Yes.
Right? Then if you have a good nature that boosts its defense, is that like basically a tank? Because it's just got defense.
Yes.
Okay.
I know this is all a lot, and we'll cover this again in a future episode. This is literally just me telling you this is a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, IVs can be increased through bottle caps. So you could use a normal bottle cap, or you could use a gold bottle cap, and gold bottle caps would do all of them.
Okay.
Very rarely would you want to do that, though.
Okay.
Just
Isn't
because...
that 'cause, like... Go on.
Sorry, it's literally just because there's some Pokemon where you want them to be deliberately slow.
So you can use Trick Room.
Exactly. It also covers in the speed control bit here, which we'll actually go through now. So these are the speed control section. So this was basically, if the presentation was working, I was going to ask you who you think was the fastest and slowest Pokemon, and I put Shiny Shuckle in there just for you.
Thank you.
And
So are they... Right, so out of them... Do you want me to tell you out of them which are fastest and which are slowest?
oh, you can if you want.
So I reckon that Regieleki is the fastest.
You are correct. Regieleki is the fastest Pokemon in the game.
And I reckon that
Base
Shuckle's
speed
the
of
slowest.
200.
Okay.
And
What's
sorry,
200?
yeah, Regieleki's speed is 200.
Oh. What's the chat saying, sorry?
Speed control is a whole different world. Bazzy, they work at KFC. Bazzy's up with the chicken.
Yeah.
And Beauty Killer, yeah, but isn't having a mon with no good like Torkoal best for you? Yeah, you want like a minimum speed Torkoal because Torkoal's speed is like 20. Torkoal is not outspeeding much. By letting it, should explain base stats. Oh, should I?
You said the Regieleki has a base stat of 200.
Oh yeah, so every Pokemon has a so base stats is basically a stat that's never going to change.
Okay.
So Regieleki, for example, it's always going to have a base stat of 200. It's what you do with that stat is what makes your Pokemon different to others. So a lot of people, will just maximize that stat to be like the fastest in the world. A max speed Regieleki is not going to be outsped by anyone.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you go, so for example, if I wanted the max speed Regieleki, I would have to go into the natures here, and I want to increase the speed, but I want to. In order to do that, I have to sacrifice something. So in this scenario, I'm going to increase speed and decrease the attack.
Is that because he's a special attacker?
Regieleki is special because it can actually do both. You can make it a physical attacker or a special attacker. It literally depends on what role you want it in your team. But for my example, I'm just going to do special attack. So it's going to increase its speed minus the attack. And then I'm going to just pour in all of my investment into speed and special attack. So it will be the fastest thing on the field, and no one can do anything about it.
Okay.
So, almost. I think I can. Yes. So almost is saying no Pokemon except legendaries is based out a total of 600, except for Slacking. Slacking has a total of 650. I think. I can't remember. Words.
So base stats, right? Let me just.
Go back. That picture that you're looking at there.
Yes.
Right. So its base stats are all them stats on the left added together.
Yes. Yeah.
Got you. Okay, perfect. Got you.
Oh, sorry, someone's at my door. Let me just get that
no
quick.
worries. So, what do you want to talk about? I have this is the first time that I've ever looked into VGC like this. So, I'm enjoying it so far. He's a good teacher, isn't he? It's good that classes in session. We're gonna try and do this once a week. Get a different PowerPoint, and then eventually move on to team building, and then actually get into some battles and stuff. But it'd be nice if you guys could join us every week as we progress through this journey.
We all learn together.
We do.
Yes, almost good. I think is right. It is 680. That Slacking is, but Slacking is a unique case because it's the lazy Pokemon, right? So it can only move pretty much once every 2 turns.
2 turns. Yeah.
Sorry, my other half says hi.
Hi.
Chad says hello.
Hi T.
You're right. Oh. Are you okay? You want a drink? Okay. I'll leave that there for you. So basically all of these, this is your base stats. All of them added together will give you a total stat.
Okay.
I would say, if I'm honest, I would personally, this is just me, I kind of ignore the base stat total because that doesn't truly reflect what the Pokemon could do for you. If you look at a base stat total and you're like, oh well, it's under 500, it's unusable. That's not not entirely true.
Torkoal, for example's got very low speed, which isn't going to boost up its base stat overall, is it?
Sorry, you broke up there.
That makes sense. So because Torkoal has slow speed,
yes,
it's not gonna add up to its base stat overall very much.
Yeah. So
But it's still a good Pokemon to use.
yeah, so just because a Pokemon might be really slow or might have a really low base stat in a attacking value, for example, doesn't it doesn't take away its value. It could be useful. Say, Pachirisu. Like, everyone kind of laughed at Pachirisu, was just like, why the hell is someone using that? And it won a world championship.
Yeah.
So that's probably another good example. So yeah, that's how I would describe base stats and base stat totals. So yeah, it's Regieleki, that's the fastest, and then it's Ninjask, I believe, and then Pheromosa. Those are the top 3 fastest in Generation 8.
The other 3 are the slowest?
The other 3 are the slowest. I will just point out, I know Deoxys, its speed form is quite quick, but because it's not in Sword and Shield, I'm not adding it to this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the 3 slowest. Actually, I'll let you try and guess which ones. Actually, to be fair, I'm just going to say this quick. I'm really disappointed this doesn't work because I had an animation where Stack Attacker bounces on the screen.
No way.
And I was really gutted because it's like, yeah.
I'm going to say... So I feel like Shuckle's the slowest.
Sorry?
I feel like Shuckle's the slowest.
Shuckle is the slowest.
Then Stack Attacker, and then the other dude.
No. So
The way around.
ironically, Shuckle and Pyukumuku both have the exact same speed stat of 5.
Pyukumuku.
Pyukumuku.
I really can't say that Pokemon's name. I hate it.
And-
Maka.
And Stack Attacker has a base stat speed of 13.
Okay.
So I mean, I personally love Stack Attacker. I've used it a lot.
Yeah.
I've won a couple of tours with the London Corviknights with Stack Attacker. So
Nice.
it is part of my fan club. I am a member
Love
of the
that.
fan club of Stack Attacker. Yeah. So speed control, I would say, is very important because. Yeah, in order to hit the Pokemon, in order to take your opponent out before they take you out, you have to hit them first, right? You have to be in control. So,
Yeah.
if I kind of like... It's like saying... It's like a boxing match. You don't want the opponent to, like, swing first, do you?
No.
You want to be the one that's swinging, rather than them. Which is why I feel like speed control is ridiculously important. And the way we could do that is through numerous ways. I will show you... 2 ways of controlling speed. There are moves that can help you with speed control. I'm saving that for another time because this is literally me just introducing you to what the speed control is. So 2 moves are very common in speed controlling. One of them is Tailwind.
Trick Room is the one that I knew.
Yeah, Trick Room is the one that you love.
Yeah.
Trick Room is very common with tanky Pokemon that can because Trick Room is a move that always goes on last. Because basically, you're putting your effort into changing the speed dimensions. So tank Pokemon like Porygon, Bronzong, and Dusclops are probably the most common ones. There are plenty of other Pokemon that does it. Funny enough, Whimsicott can learn Tailwind and Trick Room. So you never know what a Whimsicott's going to do. With that adorable little face. And Suicune can learn Tailwind.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, which I thought was quite fascinating. Obviously, Tailwind makes your speed stat double. So if you have a speed stat of 100, it will now go to 200.
Wow.
Whereas Trick Room, all you're doing is literally just switching the dimensions.
Swapping it round.
Yeah,
mirroring it.
The slowest Pokemon goes first, and the fastest goes last. I think the anime touched on it a couple of times.
That's cool.
I want to say it was Gen 6, the one I saw, where I think it was the Fairy Gym. The Fairy Gym put up Trick Room, and Ash just quickly found out that his Halucha is slow as hell. Whereas this Spritzy is like bouncing around like a basketball.
Okay. No, I love that. That's cool.
You could have filled out speed control lesson with Icy Wind and Thunder. Yes. Oh yeah. That is what I'm gonna do next time with speed control.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
This is literally just showing Chad the basis of speed control.
I think going through this so far, I think the main thing for next week is moves.
Yes.
What moves do what and stuff like that. That's what I think the main thing for next week should be.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just for me.
I could try and throw something together, and explain moves better. But yeah, this is basically your sort of overview as to what speed does. There are plenty of moves that can affect speed as well. I think you've seen things like Pokemon using agility, Thunder Wave, things like that.
I didn't know until very recently, like within the last 12 months, that a paralyzed Pokemon is slower.
Yeah.
Did not know that. And a burned Pokemon does less damage?
Physically, yeah.
I didn't know that.
If it's using special moves, it's normal damage. However, in Legends, they did change that, where if a Pokemon was... what was the replacement for Freeze? Chili? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was called Chili. But basically, it was the special attack variation of being burnt. Lesson down to move selection, support versus offense, and stab versus coverage. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll do that.
None of that means anything to me right now.
That's fine. That's... Yeah.
I've heard people say stab, but
Frostbite. That's what it was called.
Frostbite.
It was Frostbite. I have heard rumours. Apparently, they're bringing that back to Gen 9. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Yeah. So, yeah, burn is... Yeah, if a Pokemon is burnt, he's going to do less physical damage. If a Pokemon is paralyzed, I think its speed is reduced to 75% of what it usually is. So, if your base speed is 100, it will go down to 75. Interestingly, that was changed. So I remember in Gen 6, I don't know if it was Gen 7 as well, but in Gen 6 it was half speed. So they increased it recently, or increased it in either Gen 8 or Gen 7. I can't exactly remember. So status conditions I'll talk about next time as well, because status conditions is kind of annoying. But it does deserve its own little thing. I'm going to talk to you... I think this is pretty much the last bit, but I'm going to talk to you about the weather. Like, so you...
It's very warm today, isn't it?
Oh, it's so warm. Jesus Christ. Humidity.
I like it hot, but I don't like it this hot.
Oh, my goodness. I keep making the joke to the Discord, saying like, who's leaving their fire types out? No one reacts. I feel so bad. I'm like, oh...
OO's out today, lads.
Yeah. It's just like Torkoal's out, Sun's out, Torkoal's out.
He's got this joke. What's Torkoal's ability? Drought. That's it.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah. So weather actually plays kind of a big role in VGC, because the weather can actually affect quite a few things. I'm going to show you like the overview of weather, and then obviously when we do moves and things like that, we'll go more into detail as to what weather does to these moves. So sun, there's three sun setters in Sword and Shield. Mega Charizard is another one, but I'm not adding it in because of course we don't have megas, and by the looks of it,
talking just like from abilities, not from moves.
So there are moves that can affect weather, but from this point of view, it's literally as soon as they come on the battlefield, they can activate the weather.
Wow.
So Torkoal, Ninetales, and Groudon, all three of them can bring the sun. Upon obviously,
here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun, and I say,
here comes Torkoal.
Cold. Just all of us wearing Groudon masks, playing the guitars.
What a tangent!
So That was a good one, actually. Yeah, so Torkoal, Ninetales, and Groudon all activate Sun as soon as they go on the battlefield. I believe if you had 2 weather setters on the field, it's whoever is slowest gets their weather up last, and obviously that will stay on the field.
Yeah.
So Torkoal is really slow.
Torkoal.
Pelipper is pretty quick. So if Pelipper will obviously go first, so the rain will come, and then Torkoal's Sun will overlap that, and that will be your weather going through the next turn, depending on what you do as a player. Which nicely brings on to rain. So obviously Kyogre, Politoed, and Pelipper are the 3 rain setters.
Okay.
Pelipper was only introduced recently. It only got given... Oh, actually, Torkoal as well. Both of them only got their Sun and Rain in Gen 7 because Game Freak kind of realised, oh, wait, one's a legendary and the other one is not very common. So they were like, oh, we need to make it more accessible, which is why they're giving, more Pokemon these abilities. That's something really unique about them, I guess. I think the only thing unique is Pelipper being a flying type as well as a water type. Between these. I wouldn't say there's much to add to that. Snow is unique actually because it's got the most in terms of setters.
A new Bomber Snow.
Yeah, so
Sure
Bomber Snow, Vanillux, Aurorus, and Ninetales, I believe, are all hidden abilities.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I can't. Oh, actually, that's a good point. No, sorry. Okay. I think Politoed is a hidden ability as well. I can't remember exactly, but oh shit! I forgot I've just broken a plate. But yeah. So these are the most in terms of any one weather setter.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, obviously, each weather has its unique properties and unique things that go with it, which I'll cover another time. So this is literally me just telling you who can actually do what, and then obviously Sand being the last famous one is Tyranitar, Hippowdon, and Gigalith. I think most people, if they played Sword and Shield story, will probably remember Gigalith because the 8th gym leader uses it.
Oh yeah.
He brings out Gigalith with a Flygon, and he's like, I'm the, I could do all this.
That's actually like, yeah.
For being he was trying to be like a unique dragon leader, and you're kind of just standing there being like, all right.
Dragon.
Good for you, mate.
There was another. Is obviously it's not in Sword and Shield, but is Golem one?
No.
Or is that just a move that it can learn?
Yeah, so there is moves, obviously. So I think
Sandstorm.
Golem is Sandstorm, which I think Golem could just learn it. I don't think it, from what I remember it. No, it can't. No, Golem can only learn Sandstorm. It can't activate Sand.
Okay.
I'm just gonna double check that. I swear that's correct. I did look at this earlier. To be honest, like if you can't tell, this presentation was kind of rushed. Was kind of hesitantly thrown together. Golem, where are you? Oh, Golem can't learn it.
Okay.
So yeah, these are the only Pokemon that can actually learn these weather moves as an ability. But yeah, like I said, and like you've mentioned, there are plenty of ways to activate your weather, depending on what you want to do with it. You don't necessarily have to have a team with weather on it. You just need to understand what could happen if the weather is there.
So if like your opponent uses one of these, like what? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see your opponent as one of these in their team, this is what it could mean.
Yes. Yeah. So, I would say it's kind of like, I guess if you ever watch, or if you ever think about it logically, if you throw out the sun, and you're sitting there, you throw out the sun. That's a good sentence, isn't it? If you throw out like a Pokemon that can activate the sun, and there's you sitting there with a water type, you know right away that they've got an advantage or they have control of the battlefield.
Yeah.
Because water's not really going to do much in sun. It'll still hit, it'll still do damage, it just won't be as much. And there's abilities and moves that can assist the weather to kind of, turn it into your favour and give you ideas and how you approach how's your strategies and things like that. But yeah, that's actually all I got for today.
Is that only the 4? There's only 4 weathers.
Oh yes, there's only 4 weathers. I mean, in Gen 6 with Mega Rayquaza, it did have strong wind as a weather, but it's a Mega ability. Like I didn't really want to add it because we're never probably going to see Megas again. I'll be surprised if we see. Obviously, Megas were very popular, but I doubt we're going to see Megas again.
Can I make notes for next time?
Yes.
To ask you to teach me about. You've got electric terrain.
Yeah, so I do have a list of my own. I have got terrains as one of them.
Okay.
I'll make a note for moves.
Yeah. Did you get that one that Almost Good mentioned about stab versus coverage and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll write that down.
Because I hear stab and stuff, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, I'll add
I think
that.
There was.
Oh, actually, I could probably tell you about stab and coverage now if you want.
Yeah.
So, stab is basically if you are a Pokemon that uses the same move type as its actual type. So, the example I'll give you here is a steel type using a steel move.
Yeah.
You are going to get extra power from that because it's a type that and it's a type that the Pokemon knows.
How am I 26 and just finding this out? Is that actually a thing?
Yes. Yeah.
For every Pokemon?
So every Pokemon has stab. So your electric types using Thunderbolt is going to do extra damage because it's the same as its type. You're mind blown right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
How did you not know that?
Well, don't know.
Amazing.
I don't know.
Amazing.
So in Pokemon, in terms of Pokemon like Gyarados, right?
Yes.
Let's say Water Pulse, that'll get more damage.
Water Pulse is stab. Yep.
Right. Hurricane.
Hurricane, yes, because it's a flying move and Gyarados is part flying.
Whereas Dragon Pulse.
No. Dragon Pulse is what we call a coverage move. So depending on what your team needs are, so a good example I would say is Leon has Solar Beam, right? On his Charizard, to help deal with water types. So coverage is basically, I'm weak to water and rock. Can I do something about it?
Oh, so you've got coverage to defend yourself.
Exactly.
Or okay. Oh, my mind has been blown. My whole way of looking at Pokemon has just changed.
Love it. As your sensei,
you're gonna see me now. All of my Pokemon are just gonna have stab moves. Only stab moves.
I mean, obviously, yeah, stab moves is important, but yeah, you've got to
coverage.
Yeah, coverage is pretty important as well, and support moves and things like that. Again, we'll talk about this probably next week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I feel like your mind has been blown quite a bit already today.
That one has just blown my mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's another good example? Probably another good example is for my Venusaur. I have a rain team with Venusaur, and Venusaur is more common on sun teams. So I put a move on Venusaur called Weather Ball, and
Weather Ball.
Yeah, basically whatever the weather is, that move will become that type. So when I max Venusaur, that Weather Ball will turn into either Max Geyser, Max Flare, Max Rockfall, Max Hailstorm, depending on what the weather is. So I have coverage to defend myself against various teams with Venusaur in case something like that happens. If they try and make it into their favor. Yeah.
Wow.
That's probably a very good example of a coverage.
I was going to mention Dynamax. Can we briefly touch on that next time? Because I know what most of them do. But there's a few that I'm just I don't know what that does.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'd say at least half I already know.
Yes, because of course you've got Dynamax, but you've also got Gigantamax, which is of course unique moves for unique Pokemon.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's unique because the appearance of that Pokemon will be different. Like Lapras, when you Dynamax a normal Lapras, it looks like a Lapras, right? But when it's a Gigantamax Lapras, it's got the music stuff. It looks more like Loch Ness. And it's got a unique move that's attached to it, which has unique properties. So let's use the Lapras again. So normal Lapras will just be a Max Hailstorm, but with G-Max Lapras, Gigantamax Lapras, its move actually puts on something called an Aurora Veil. And Aurora Veil is basically like a screen of protection that will reduce damage that you will receive from the opponent. But I mean, we're only going to touch on it briefly, I would say, because Gen 9's coming around the corner and Dynamax is going to be dead. It's kind of frustrating actually, because the crystal forms that they're bringing to Gen 9, obviously all of us are going to be like, what?
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting as to what Gen 9 does. I still need to understand it, and it's probably going to take me longer, because of my speech and language disorder. So
maybe.
I do apologize, but I'm probably not going to get the overall gist of it straight away. But obviously the London Corviknights are always there. Like, they very good at supporting each other.
That's good. Is there a way to get this stream that we've just done on YouTube?
Yes, I could download it and upload it onto YouTube.
I'm thinking that we do that and stick it in a playlist, and then if people do want to go back and like get the basic information, they can.
Oh yeah, of course. Like, obviously, if
this is like a school.
I mean, if you want to, you can follow me on YouTube. I think it's literally just IMAC404 on YouTube. Where I'll put this video on here. I don't have a command for that, stupidly.
On your YouTube.
YouTube. I could go grab a link actually now. Probably would be better, wouldn't it? I do upload some random stuff. I do upload some bits from streams here and there. But yeah, I'll upload it. Oh, Fuser Killer. So basically, Gen 9 is Terra Crystallization or something. I can't remember what they called it.
Paralyzed. You're right.
Yeah, so it's basically crystal forms, and apparently, like, from what I understand so far, it is basically the new gimmick of Gen 9.
Watch the new trailer if you get a
watch
chance.
the new trailer if you have a chance. I have no idea what it does. I've tried to understand it. I don't get it. Oh, really? You have to be slow now.
I found your channel. I'll
thank you.
link in.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna move off of that because it's probably not helping.
You could also end the split screen, share screen.
Oh yeah, couldn't
if
I?
you wanted.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that. Don't disconnect the call. Right, there we go.
Yeah, there's Alex's
That's
YouTube,
the
so please
YouTube.
sub to him because this is where all this stuff's gonna be.
Obviously a sub would be nice. I'm not gonna force you.
It's free, unlike
it's
Twitch.
Free. That's true. That's true. Yeah. So, from what I understand, this crystal thing is basically you turn into a type and you get boosted power from it. Which is nobody's really confirmed whether it's just one type or is it an added type or what. So somebody was trying to explain to me that basically what will happen if you get a Magnemite, which is an electric steel type, and you give it the electric crystal, it will then turn into pure electric. Yeah, I'm still very like, what? But we'll put we'll put this video onto YouTube, and it probably won't happen tonight. I'll try and get it done by like Thursday or Friday, one of the two, because I am in the office tomorrow.
Or next week.
Or next week.
As long as it's up like at some point, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like,
no, it will be up
no
there though.
rush.
It will be up there. Of course, you can watch it on Twitch for like the next month. I think I've got it set so it doesn't go away for like 2 weeks or a month. I can't remember. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. how we're gonna get through this.
Yes, I'm already really looking forward to like the next one.
Bless you.
Like I've really enjoyed it.
I wish I did put some more information. I didn't realize we were gonna get through that in like an hour and
Oh no, it's
45.
fine. It's fine. But
yeah. So yeah. Hopefully we could get something sorted for next week.
what I'm basically off next week, apart from one day. Are you free again next Tuesday, or is Tuesday no good?
I can try. I'll if people want updates, they can follow us on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter will probably be the best place to know when we're streaming this next.
I think for the while, like for the time being, it's going to be streaming, because it's you doing the PowerPoints and stuff. But then when I think it gets like team building, maybe it'll be me.
Next week might not be a PowerPoint. Next week will probably just be a bunch of HTML pages, which might be easier.
That's fine.
We'll sort it out. So in simple terms, it allows you to change your type. That's the first part. Second part, if you change your type into a type you already have, it turns you into a monotype and increases the power of your stat. Right. Okay. That makes more sense. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it already.
No, I don't like.
That.
Dear.
Just give me more megas. Why not? Like, bring back Mega Steelix. He was cool. He was awesome. Or maybe Mega Gliscor. Oh my god, a Mega Gliscor would be awesome. Right, I think that's it. If I'm honest, I've literally got nothing.
No worries.
We've kind of gone through it all.
That was a decent amount to take in as well. Like any more in my head would have been like,
I didn't want to throw too much at you. But what I think would be interesting is if
you could give you some homework.
Well, not just homework. I was thinking of raiding, and if you just wanted to sit there and watch a couple of battles.
Yeah, go on.
And yeah, just see what happens, because I wanted to raid this person for a while. He's probably he's the funniest Dutchman I think I've ever heard. Like, his name is Reiki. I want to raid Reiki. So if you guys want to stick around, we're gonna raid him quick. And I am back on Thursday with some viewer battles. So yeah, we could do some more. I could do some more explaining. Speech and language. I could do some more explaining then. The raid message doesn't work still, Baz. I'm so sorry. I haven't had time to look into it. But yeah, stick around. We're gonna go raid Reiki. If it pops up, yeah, there we go. Let's go raid him. Let's go say hello. I'm back on Thursday. Chad, when are you next streaming?
Well, it was going to be Thursday, but I might just come and chill with you.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm not around Friday, so if you stream Friday, I'll definitely have something. I'll stick your stream in the background.
I think I'm out Friday. I'm out Friday, so I'll be. That's why I'm doing Thursday instead, same as you. But I might just come and chill with you.
Follow Chad, anyway, and we'll go say hello to Reiki. I'll see you guys on Thursday, and have a good one. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Bye.
Take care. Right. Is this working? Let's just see if it works.
That was so much fun.
I think we're good.